What's up everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. If you've been here before, thank you for being here again. If you're new here, thank you for coming, for tuning, for choosing to watch this video. My name is Racheal Agasha. On the channel we inspire, we motivate and encourage, and when you're not doing that, we do some sort of lifestyle. Yeah, so I appreciate the fact that I can't inspire you and motivate you and encourage you by myself, so I'll bring all these other guys onto the channel to inspire you. I know if you can't relate with me, you will relate with at least one of these persons that I bring to the channel. Yeah, so in today's video I have another amazing guest on the channel, and you're going to love him. It's a him. Every time I have a him on the channel, I'm excited because they bring something new to the channel. So yeah, let's get into this video. So yeah, I told you I had another amazing guest on the channel. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Ray.
you for honoring my invitation. It means a whole lot.
It's been a while.
Sure.
We were planning this for months, probably 2 months.
Yeah.
Finally, I'm here.
Thank
Please
you.
subscribe if you haven't.
LiamMedia, you're going to have to subscribe to his channel as well. I'll leave everything that is him in the description box. Link pin his channel in the comment section. You won't miss it. Yeah. So thank you for being here with us. Now, I need you to tell us who you are. Tell the people who you are, what you do. Yeah, who you are for starters.
Yeah, my name is my whole name, my government name, as in the name you find on my national ID. My name is William LiamMedia. Then on YouTube, I'm known as LiamMedia Uganda. That's the channel. I'm a Christian. Yeah. What else you want to know? What else?
Do you, your job? What you
my
do?
job? Yeah. Professionally, I'm a customer experience professional and salesman right now. That's what I do professionally, and I do content. I love content, creating videos, meaningful, educational videos, and I love to support people that are within my areas of influence.
Interesting. Interesting. Cool. So, how was your life growing up?
My life growing up. Well, that question is one of those questions that is asked people that have made it in life. Yeah, but life growing up really was humble. I was primarily in boarding school most of my life, so I think my dad felt the need to put me in a boarding school. Not because I was naughty, but I remember hearing him have conversations with his peers, saying that you need to take kids to particular boarding schools back then. I won't mention which, but we noticed eventually when we grew up, we knew that it was a good thing, because people that have been in boarding schools are a bit different. I think we are more resilient to circumstances.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so well, I was raised in boarding schools. I was raised a Catholic, but now I'm born again Christian. What else? That is my childhood upbringing. Obviously, I went to university eventually. Fast forward, I know you ladies love all the details. Now that's how fast we've gone. University. I have a bachelor's in environmental management. I think that course might have been scrapped off. So much is going on, but clearly, I mean, I do not know of any YouTuber that has started creating YouTube videos. So many people, whichever discipline or profession that you've pursued in life, eventually you find yourself on this platform sharing your experiences.
Interesting. So you guys, when I speak leadership, when I speak humility, when I speak good people, he's the definition of all those things that I just mentioned. Now, I met Liam I've not met him before. I'm meeting him for the first time. I met him on the internet, on the phones, WhatsApp and everything, but we are on our WhatsApp group as the Ugandan community, yeah, and he will be there to keep law and order. You know, like if you're going off track and everything, Liam is your guy. Like he'll put you guys, you know how someone is not so harsh, he's driving, he's going home, he'll be there to laugh with you. Like he's literally leading. So that leads me to my next question. Have you always been like that? Are you that humble in all those other walks of life, or do you just do this for this, or is that who you are?
Well, first of all, thanks so much for the compliment. I didn't know that that's how you feel about me in the community, but I appreciate that. So obviously none of us is raised that way, but because if we have an objective that we want to accomplish, we need some sort of order. Otherwise, if we are disorganized, then people exit the community, and then they look for other places where there is sanity. So I have a background in leadership. I've been in leadership for a while, at a workplace. So we learned so much about dealing with people. We all have different backgrounds, so we need to know. We need to be very compromising, and then people go through lots of things in life. So one of the values that I really learned is understanding people's personality types, and also appreciating that we have different levels of growth. So it is really pointless for you to be harsh at somebody you've never met, somebody you never grew up with. And then what else? Being a leader is an opportunity to support whoever is within your area of influence. It's not there to be a tyrant or to impose things that they cannot execute at that current level of growth. So clearly, I love to see order, and I know people are happy when they see that it's a thriving community. No wonder we are moving to Telegram, because WhatsApp is too small. I hope WhatsApp could expand its platform so that we can have more than 256 people.
That's interesting. So I understand you have an 8 to 5 job. When did you decide to start doing YouTube?
I started doing YouTube in 2019, and then I sort of took a break, and then seriously I came back in 2020 when we were all home because of this pandemic. I started in 2020, April 30th, I think it was the end of the month. I decided to sit down and identify something that I'm passionate about, and to start talking about it on this platform on YouTube.
Okay. Did you have inspiration? Did you have anyone inspiring you? Did you know?
Absolutely. But you see, the very first lockdown, first of all, we were all home and we were all bored. And I felt like, well, and I was so much into YouTube, watching so many videos. So, and because I have friends who feel like there are certain things I'm passionate about, and probably I can share them out with other people, I thought that probably YouTube would be a platform that I should try out. And it's free, really, it is free. Of course, it's only data that is expensive. So my inspirations have come from some of the Ugandan YouTubers that we already have, who've been there for a while. We have Anka, she's there in drama. Who else? We have Anne, Flavia. Flavia Babura, she's really doing well. So I looked up at some of those people. Obviously there are other people whose names I might not mention, but I've picked lots of lessons or tips from these people. If they can do it, then I think I can as well start.
Another thing is that this YouTube space is big enough for all of us. So if you're out there and you think, I think I can do this, get right into it. It's okay, the growth will come eventually. Okay, so do you ever get challenges?
Yes, challenges are those things that because change is the only constant thing in life. Now that we are living through this pandemic and everything, it means that there are challenges to adapt to other ways of living. So challenges, absolutely. Probably one of the challenges is, say, if you're speaking in front of the camera, it really doesn't come easy. You make so many takes, and then maybe another challenge is the content. Sometimes, because YouTube is about creating value, you shouldn't be wasting time shooting random things. Obviously there are those random things people like watching, like cuts, things like that. Really, unless you're so it's really about adding value, and it takes a lot of time to script something that is going to impact or allow somebody to make better decisions on that particular subject that you're talking about. So you write something down. Sometimes you might not even be sometimes you're surprised at the depth that you're supposed to go to create that kind of content. For instance, if I wanted to talk about challenges of starting a business as a foreigner in Uganda, now honestly, I've never started any business here personally. So now I'm talking about starting a business as a foreigner. I'm talking about a legally registered business, an entity, a legal entity. Then I have to do some research. I have to really deep down, or rather, let me use the word deep dive, clearly understand what it is so that I can share it out there with whoever is watching. Those are the challenges really. It is learning, perfecting, and listening to other people. And also dealing with bad comments. And the challenge is also dealing with your 9-to-5 job. Then you have to create time for YouTube. So sometimes it's a learning process, and you just have to find time for it.
I actually realized I missed something. Tell us what you do on the channel. On your channel, what do you do on your channel?
On my channel, I talk about business in Uganda, business and social issues in Uganda. And the channel is called LiamMedia Uganda. Please, if you go by, kindly let me know that you came from Racheal Agasha's channel. I'll be glad to hear that. So I talk about things like buying land in Uganda, starting a business in Uganda as a foreigner. I talk about internet issues in Uganda. Those are the things that I usually rotate around, and the topics are endless. Those are the things I like to talk about, because we all get questions around those aspects, and we need answers.
So if you're out of this country, you are Ugandan in the diaspora, and you want to buy land, you want to know how to invest and everything, Liam is your guy. So don't you ever have don't you collide, work, YouTube, what does any of the two do you ever have issues balancing the two?
Yes, sometimes it happens, but you see, you have to know where your bread is buttered. Because your work, my 9-to-5 supports the YouTube hustle, so I need to give 100% to my job so that I can comfortably create the videos that I love. So because you see, you can't quit your job to do YouTube unless you've got into that level, or unless you've really looked for jobs and failed to get one, or unless you really feel that let me just quit work and get to YouTube. But then you should have a supportive system. Probably you're staying with somebody so that you don't have to struggle with rent, maybe food, clothing, things like that. So the struggle really is about, I don't want to call it a struggle, but it's about making the right decision or setting priorities right. The job has to be number one, then YouTube comes number two. However, I have to ensure that I give the channel the best that I can.
So do you think just about anybody can do YouTube?
Because I'm seeing everybody probably trying to do TikTok. However, the dynamics are different. TikTok will be probably maybe a minute, but YouTube, because you see it's the second biggest search engine, you have to put your heart into what you want to tell humans out there. But TikTok, people usually jump onto that just to share funny clips. Obviously there are some TikTokers that share very deep content. But with YouTube you have to put your mind to it, and you create something that is worth watching. It's going to be there for years.
Interesting. The internet is a keeper.
Absolutely.
So what advice would you give to that YouTuber out there who's thinking, I need to start, but if I start, how will I go about this, how will I go about that? What is the basic advice? Because I understand we learn a whole lot more on the job. I have learned a lot on the job, but the basics. For that one YouTuber out there who doesn't want to go and do research, they just want to,
you just want to start.
You
just have to start, just like you said. Whoever has a smartphone can start with what they have. Because you see, sometimes there's something called gear. I think it's gear media acquisition syndrome. Media as in the tools to use. Now, some people want to wait until they have each and every tool that they have that they need to start creating these videos. But I mean, sometimes the world really doesn't care about the video. Because now we are shooting this on a camera, on a smartphone, really, and a small tripod. So really, what you need is just your smartphone. The microphone is really, really important because it will help with your audio. If you're not clear, people can't stand very bad audio. But they could go with bad. They could go with a bad picture. But if your audio is really poor, they just don't want to listen to that, because many people are watching YouTube using their headsets, or earbuds and whatever. So bad audio is a no-go. Ensure that you have a small microphone. If your phone has a good microphone and you're probably using a small tripod, at least be closer to it, so that your audio is really clear. Then obviously you need to take care of how you look. Don't just show up anyhow. I mean, people, the world is going through so much. Please, just, you don't want to click onto somebody who's trying to scare them the more. So please,
interesting. That's true. That's true, actually.
And if you're not in the mood of creating a video, please don't. Because people will tell that now. She's the vibe. There's no vibe in this.
Energy. I've actually had to give up on this. There's sometime I was trying to record, and oh my god, I was struggling. I just had to like let it go. So what are the do's and don'ts? Okay, we don't want to go into the details and everything. We just want the basics of, when you start to do YouTube, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. You know, those things that person out there needs to know.
Number one, when you're doing YouTube, number one, look for a topic that you feel you can ride with. That you can ride with for a while. And then at least ensure that if you work on your communication, try to be audible, try to be articulate. And this doesn't just come naturally, but you put some work into it. I think you can even tell that sometimes I have a stutter. Because I mean, we're not raised English anyway. So you need to put in some work. Remember now, you're trying to share something out there, and you really want people to pay attention to you. Please be interesting and still be interested in what you're doing. Because eventually you might start to sound as though you don't even know what you're talking about. You're wasting their time. So one of the do's, please look for a subject that you feel you can run with for a long time. Of course you can mix up with other social issues that come through, because right now, even if your content is about, say, whichever content it is, right now you can't skip the whole pandemic conversation. Once in a while it comes in, because we are human beings at the end of the day. So well, I'm getting ahead of myself, but what I said, the do is create content that people love. Number two,
something that you relate with.
Now the don'ts, let's just get into the don'ts. Don't use other people's content, no matter how hard it's enticing and you're really drawn into it. Don't get clips from other places, Facebook, Twitter, and wherever, TikTok, and try to make it your own. Show up in front of the camera as you, with what you think is worth learning about or hearing about from you, because you've experienced it. People want to relate with you more. People find it more interesting people follow a YouTuber, they don't necessarily follow a channel. The biggest channels that grow, people usually follow an individual, because they're inspired by how the individual is sharing their experiences, and maybe they are and advising them on what to do, because they've lived that. Then the second, don't use other people's music. People love to use Ugandan music or music from the Western world because it's trendy music. No, YouTube won't allow you to
use somebody's
music. So of course the platform gives you free music, and if you've got into that level, you can subscribe to platforms that sell music. Yeah, you can subscribe to some platforms and you get music that can allow you to tell your story better. Then maybe lastly, YouTube is a university itself. There are so many tutorials.
True.
There are just so many tutorials. Look for them, and then you can even join our community. Then we'll tell you what needs to be done.
Oh yeah.
We'll candidly tell you that, you know what, I think you need to change that.
Yeah.
I think something is just not right. Either with your phone, with your audio, please maybe use these sorts of apps. It will help you step up in content.
Cool. Now back to you. Have you achieved anything from this YouTube space?
I have met a lot of friends like you. I've met. It's interesting because you even get to meet people that are living in the diaspora. They call you up. Somebody can call you up like for 30 minutes just to appreciate what you're talking about, or to ask questions about a certain subject. They write you emails, so I love it really. I think everybody should hop onto this whole content creation journey. I think it's a movement. People are on TikTok, people are on YouTube, people are doing something that is in video.
Sure.
If you're not doing that, I think you're missing out on something. You're really missing out on something, and you might regret that. You know, there are times when you start to do something when it's a bit too late. Unless you're too good, or unless you're a TV personality or a public figure, that's when you can catch up.
You can catch up pretty fast, that's true.
But if you're not known that much, you need to start small and then build your audience. And I mean, basically you live with your community, and there's no problem with starting small.
Do you have plans? Like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years with this whole channel and everything?
5 years, first of all, you're trying to get through the pandemic. So really.
Well, I know for a fact
we're trying to stay alive.
We're going to stay alive through it and everything. So you should have plans. Clearly plans. My channel. I also have a podcast. Some of the conversations I hold on the channel, I turn them into audio that I post on my podcast for your listening pleasure. So plans really to build a business around my channel. To build a business around my channel. People ask questions, so to them I'm a business consultant. So I have a team of people that help me dissect some of those issues that arise. So that's the plan. It's just not a 5-year plan. It's a plan. It's a plan. It's a lifetime plan. That's interesting. Well, I feel like we've talked about everything. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Liam is going to watch this video and he'll answer those questions. So do you have any last words for this guy?
Any last words? Please subscribe to Racheal's channel. So many of you haven't. We're just giving you 2 seconds. That's it. Please, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do so. If you have any questions, please throw them in the comment section. We'll gladly respond to them. And about content creation, please start and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's not easy. It's really not easy. We are also learning certain things.
Very much. Every day is a learning.
Every day is a learning day. And at least try to post 1 video a week. Don't listen to those that say, no, you have to go full blast. 3 videos a week. No, please just do 1 video a week. And then in your free time, please practice. Practice and ask your friends. Everybody has that person who always gives them very candid feedback. Ask them how they feel about your content. They'll either tell you, please start scripting your videos. Scripting in the sense that write bullet points so that you sound organized. Others will probably say, please try to look cleaner. You need better t-shirts, all shirts. You can't be having the same.
An auntie of mine actually reached out to me and told me, Racheal, you wave your hands so much, like your hands are everywhere in the video. So now I learned to keep my hands together.
And don't be like some of those Western, because YouTube is an extension of who you are. Just don't be like some of those people. your audience might not understand them. For starters, you're Ugandan.
Oh, yeah.
Create your content for Uganda, but at least the intention is to be able to reach and influence those that are in the diaspora.
Sure.
Yeah. So don't try to do those things that are going to put off some people.
Yeah, that's
try to be real. Yeah. And people love being real. Yeah.
And they can see right through you.
Exactly.
Someone would actually tell, nah, you're faking it. Like, that's not
Absolutely.
real. True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say to you guys. All I can say is please subscribe to Liam's channel. I'm going to leave everything is actually in the description box. By the time you're watching this, everything is down there. The comments his channel is in the comment section pinned there. Just tap the link, it will lead you to his channel. I think that's it. You guys take care, stay safe, we love you, bye.